What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Man, I spent this morning hanging out with my buddy Joel. We just kind of went to go get something to eat, kind of talked about what happened this past weekend. Joel is the other guy who drives the blue EF Sedan race car. And dude, what a weekend. What a freaking weekend. Bakersfield must not love us, bro, because both of our cars had issues. But anyways, it's been a couple of days, and I've been sitting here in the garage trying to figure out what it is I'm going to do with my Sedan. Honestly, you know, big shout out to Jamie for towing my car back home. Super random guy I met, and he was helpful enough to bring me back home. And I honestly was just gonna let the car sit right there on the grass near the trampoline and just let it sit there and kind of step away from it, you know, let my brain kind of recuperate a little bit and just kind of carry on with the rest of the stuff that I wanted to do now that my Sedan was finished, because we're back to square one now. Fire department going off in the background because it is that time of the year where all the fires starts happening, but sorry for all the noise in the background. Honestly, I was just gonna leave the car alone and just kind of shift focus to continue doing what I've been planning to do here in the garage. I wanted to get into stripping the engine bay down on the wagon and getting the bay prep for paint, because honestly I feel like I need to show some love to the wagon before I even bring the EF2 home, because I actually never intended to pull the whole entire engine out, but I just wanted to make life a little bit easier for me, so I pulled the whole engine out and decided to dress it up nice and clean. And because now the engine's nice and clean, I want to spray the bay. Honestly guys, I've been sitting outside on my little stool for the last 3.5 hours. I don't know, I'm usually the one that's like, you know, when shit hits the fan, you know what I'm saying, keep my head up, keep the train moving. But with this car, man, I just can't catch a break with it, man. I finished the car, popped the engine, finished the car. Other things happened. I fixed all of those, finally got it to alignment, tuned and all of that, ready to drive it. Don't get me wrong, the car drove freaking amazing from here to Bakersfield, which was about 210 miles. And I thought everything was going to go well. And then when we got to the track, shit kind of hit the fan. At the end of the last run, I was like, you know what, man, we're done for the night. As long as I can make it home, that's a dub in my books, because, you know, by the end of the trip, it's going to be about 500 miles. And, you know what? We packed up. We started to leave. And then 20 minutes into my drive, the car started having a massive rod knock. If you guys haven't checked out the last video, we took the car to the track, and then we ended up getting towed back home. So if you guys haven't checked it out, be sure to go watch it to kind of figure out what it is that I'm talking about right now. My engine spun a rod bearing, brand new motor, 500 miles, everything. I'm talking about everything was brand new in that motor, including the oil pump. Normally spun bearings are caused by oil starvation, and I just don't understand why or how that would happen. I literally swapped out the oil 2 days before driving it. 5.5 quarts of VR1 on a 5.5 quart pan. The pan has a baffle in it, bull boost oil pan, and brand new Honda K20 oil pump. So I honestly don't know what happened. The only way we'll know is to tear into it to kind of figure out what's going on with it. So instead of sitting here trying to put a smile on my face and move forward with like the rest of the work that I'm trying to do here in the garage, I decided, because I've pushed so far now to get this car finally up and running, I decided I don't want my car to be out of commission. That's how you lose motivation, I think, kind of like the wagon. I didn't lose motivation. I lost focus on the wagon because, you know, everything else that I'm building on the channel. But I don't want the Sedan to sit for too long to where I don't feel like I want to work on it anymore. So if I can just get it running again, turbo or not turbo, I'll be a little bit happier. And then I'll be more motivated to push on with everything else. Like, I don't feel like I want to build the EF2 and get that running before my all-wheel drive Sedan. So what we're gonna do this week, I've decided, after sitting there for 3.5 hours, I decided that I'm gonna try to get my car running again. I have one more spare K-Series engine. It's a K20Z1, which is a 0506 RSX. I looked at it yesterday, and the configurations with the coolant and all that is the same as the A2, which is, you know, the 0204. And I could literally still use everything in the bay instead of like having to change things out. I originally thought the Z1 was like the Z3, which has the coolant on the side of the head, but verified it yesterday, and I figured, you know what, because it's the same engine, same configuration, I'm gonna try to get it all prepped up and put it back into my car and hopefully get it running by the end of the week. That is the game plan, guys. And I'm not gonna run you guys through like the how-tos and stuff with this video. We're gonna do it like Mario's EK, where we're just gonna get to work. So today, even though it's a little bit late, I'm gonna pull the engine out, stick it on the engine stand, take off all the unnecessary things, get it cleaned up, check out the timing stuff, all that good stuff before we slap it into the car. So let's go digging. We buy brake cleaners by the box. All right, it is your time to shine. Not gonna lie to you guys, man, I'm working really slow today. It's just been a lot on my mind, but I decided that I'm just gonna take my K20 engine for the wagon off the stands, because whatever I needed to do to this is already done, so I don't actually need it on the stand, and I didn't want to pull out my other one right here to put the other K20 Z1 and have two engines on the stand. I figured let's just take this off real quick, made it up with the clutch and the transmission and have it sit right here, and then we can use that stand for that engine. Gotta install the pilot bushing, brand new. All right, so we got the AWD twin disc flywheel. Not too shabby. We're gonna install this with the OEM hardware, because you know I ain't got ARPs, and I am gonna reuse some old ones. We're gonna torque these down to 100 after I clean it. That right there, guys, that right there is 100. I'll guarantee you. All right, pressure plate going on. Got to make sure you align all these marks that were done from the factory, because that's how it was balanced. Got the blue marks right there. Torque these down to like 28, 29 pounds. We'll go ahead and just start it on. Got the AWD twin disc installed, pressure plate, clutches, and the flywheel. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get the transmission installed. Yup, we got the transmission installed, fully bolted down. Now we can push this off to the side and get the Z1 on the engine stand. All right, engine is on the stand. Clean the garage a little bit, and I'm gonna start taking off everything we're not gonna need or are gonna be in the way of me cleaning this engine. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so I just dropped off my brother's car right here at Tech 3 to do an alignment, and I'm actually gonna ride the scooter to Speedy Muffler Shop to see how much they'll charge to do an exhaust on my brother's car. I'm pretty sure they need the car to get an idea, but if you can give me a price while I wait, maybe we'll do an exhaust today too, who knows. So Speedy Muffler's right there behind me. I just got out of there. 520 bucks for resonator, Dynamax muffler, full 3-inch exhaust. I don't know about that one. Yeah, what are the chances that Dylan is right here? I just seen this dude call my name, like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was good. I seen the cord and I was like, I wouldn't think much of it. I said, damn, that shit was hella slammed. Yo, this is the guy that I go to the junkyard with. That's crazy, bro. What's good? What you doing out here?
Just chilling, man. Actually, I just met a dude to buy a die grinder. I'm working on a project.
Die grinder, shit. I need to buy new tools too. I actually just came back from the muffler shop right there to see what John would charge to do an exhaust on my brother's car.
Oh, okay.
And then the car is at Tech 3 getting an alignment too, so I'm just kind of like riding the scooter around trying to figure something out.
That's kind of funny. It's like, if I'm gonna find this guy, it's gonna be around here somewhere. Right?
Yeah, normally you would find me in the junkyard, not riding a scooter on the street, bro.
I saw the silhouette, and I was like, that looks like Dana on a scooter. That's fucking.
Hey, all you gotta look for is the S1 sweater, man.
I
That's
saw a
it.
little girl when you went by. I was like, that's fucking.
I'm dead as fuck, bro. So I just walked out of O'Reilly's to grab some degreaser right there, and I just got the car out of Tech 3. Everything in the freaking red. Holy cow. I did request -1 to 1.5, so in the front -1.3, -1.4, that's good. The rear -0.9, I requested -1, and everything almost in the green caster. You know, I didn't ask them to mess with the traction bar. It's pretty close, so we're gonna leave that be, but the car feels a lot tighter in the steering, so that's freaking good. I'm about to drive it home right now to really feel it out, because Tech 3 is just literally the block over. So let's head home. Let me know what you guys think works better, the foamy or the watery one. I'm gonna spray the foam on it so that way it can like dissolve on the oil and kind of eat it out. It's gonna be a little messy. Oh. So what I'm going to do with these pistons, I'm going to be taking it to my buddy Mike, who has my RS sleeve block, which also, if you guys remember, came out of my red all-wheel drive CRX. I smoked out the motor a little bit, took it out, put a GSR in it, sold the car, and then I sent the block to my buddy to get it rebuilt. He did all his measurements, and the cylinder was kind of out of round. It is currently sitting at 81.5, and he was like, I prefer you to go over and go 82 mil, which I had these pistons lying around. So I'm gonna send these off to him so he can get these to the machine shop so they can bore my block out and he can finally reassemble it, because it's been in his possession for a little while now. So I kind of want my block back, so while he's in town, because he doesn't live here, I'm gonna drop these off to him so he can get this whole shebang all said and done. And when I get that block back, I'll I don't know, I'll build B-Series turbo something. All right, so hopefully next time I see you guys, y'all will be in the block. All right, guys, so we're back here in the garage. Actually spent some time to hang out with Mike a little bit and talk about a whole bunch of things. And big shout out to Mike, because I got my cams back. I didn't realize they pulled it out of David's car. So the homie needed some cams back then. I lent him my ITR cams because he had ITR cams and didn't want to really change the tune too much. So I lent him the cams like a year ago, like a year ago maybe. Damn, it's been a minute. But I got it back along with my cam gears, and he hooked it up with some new cam seals. So I'm gonna put these away because we're not really doing anything with a B series anytime soon. But these are my ITR cams that I actually got from the homie Nomis years before then. This was in my built motor, which made a little under 500 horsepower. Stock ITR cams, they work the greatest. But anyways, Mike said 2-3 weeks my sleeve block should be fully assembled and back here into the garage. But honestly, I'm not in a rush for it. He's gonna send the block and the pistons out to get it bore and honed for the new pistons, and I told him just give me a list of everything that I need to buy to reassemble it, since, you know, used pistons, gotta get new piston rings. He already got bearings, front rear main seal, oil pan gasket, all that. I told him just bill me. You know what I'm saying? Get that block done, I'll pay for it, and you know what I'm saying, I would love to have it back here in the garage. Now, these cams, like I said, are going to be put away for a little while. I do have a spare GSR head, because I actually sold my built ported head, which was on the LS VTEC green CRX I just sold recently, which my buddy Evan still has. Kind of want it, but anyways, I have a spare GSR head. I'm probably gonna send it out to get cleaned up, get it like ran through to make sure everything's all good with it, and chain guides if need to be. I do have a box in the back corner over there with like SuperTech valves, SuperTech dual valve springs, 7-degree keepers, titanium retainers, and all that. That is for a VTEC head. So maybe I'll spend a little money to get that head put together, and then when the block comes back, put that whole entire long block together, and just have that built B series set to the side for a later build or something, right? And no, it's not going to be for sale. I didn't really show you guys the engine after cleaning it. I didn't have any oven cleaner this time around. While I was doing the alignment on my brother's car, I went to go O'Reilly's around the corner, picked up some degreaser, and I'm gonna say, man, the O'Reilly's degreaser stench lingers. Dude, my shirt straight up smells like degreaser, like crazy. And the engine itself, man, after going over it like 3 times with the, you guys probably saw, I use a nylon toothbrush, right? And then, well, not a toothbrush, but nylon brush. I do use the toothbrush as well too, because, you know, all the little crevices. And then I use this little thing right here, right? A lot of you detailers and stuff use this. And I cleaned it up really freaking good with just the O'Reilly degreaser, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. Super duper clean. We're gonna leave it just like that. I'm not gonna do any more to it. I'm not gonna get into this engine tonight, and before I call this long block ready to go back into my car, if I haven't already said that. Timing chain, tensioner, reseal. I'm gonna switch the aluminum pan to a steel pan. I have like 2 of them, and then just get this long block ready, valve lash, all that stuff, reseal the entire shebang, and then when I feel like it, after doing some tests on my sedan, we'll start yanking the sedan apart to get it all ready for this long block. Now, I will say, I'm gonna put you guys on the table because this is gonna be a little talking. Kind of consulted my friends, kind of fought with my brain a little bit on what I want to do with the sedan. Now, I think I mentioned it that I don't want my car to be out of commission. So because I have a spare K, I may as well put it in my car and just get it running. The idea was to get it running, just running all motor. I got an all motor, all wheel drive header I can put it in the car, throw a base map, stock injectors, pump gas, and just have it running and enjoy it. I don't want to go crazy with this spare engine, because at the end of the day, I want this to still be a spare engine. And, you know, just leave the car running, enjoy it, and continue on with other things like prepping the engine bay of the wagon, get that all sprayed so we can get that engine back into the car. But my brain's been fighting. One friend was like, well, you know, you can just get it running, keep it all motor. The other friend was like, are you gonna put it on low boost? And then I was like, shit, you know, I didn't even think about putting the turbo kit back into the car. I woke up this morning and I was fighting my brain. I was like, low boost, pump gas, 15 pounds. Mario's car just made $419. The same turbo kit that's in the sedan was in the wagon on the stock K20 on the floor right here. It made $457, 15-pound pump gas. 400 is plenty to have fun with. And I'm like fighting because I'm like, I don't want to boost this motor, but I want to really have fun with the car, right? To do some other fun things, like whether I go to Mexico, ride along, reaction videos, things like that I originally planned to do with it making 600 before it spun a bearing. I could still do it with 400 horsepower. That's plenty to have some fun on the street. So I still got a couple of days to think about whether I want to bung the pan while we're taking it apart or don't bung the pan. Because if I don't bung the pan, that means I'm probably not going to go boost, because I don't have room on the side of the frame rail to put the return line on the timing cover side. I would rather it be on the oil pan. If I do bung the pan and cap it off, I still have a 50-50 chance that I could boost the car if I wanted to. So I got a couple of days to think about it, because we're not going to be tearing the motor out just yet. We also got a couple of days after that fact, because we got to swap it up and, you know, make sure everything all runs and everything all motor before I decide I want to even boost it. So we still have, let's say a week. I still have a week to decide if I want to boost the car. I'm probably going to do it, but things can change, right? So I'm not going to show you guys right here at the end of the video of me doing the timing chain, tensioner, and all that stuff. It's buried in the back. I got some slightly used one that was actually new in the last motor that popped in the sedan. So I'm going to swap that over here. I know that this has been changed out because it has the factory like gasket on it, but I'm not going to show you guys any of those because I've done that many and plenty of times. I just want to just knock it out and just get this thing all prepped and ready to rock and roll. All the accessories that are not on the engine right now is going to be used from everything that's in the sedan, because it's already configured for the car. So once that motor comes out, everything goes on here. I'm going to wrap up the video right here though. I know it's kind of all over the place, you know. Prep the wagon engine, pull the Z1 out, took my brother's car, do alignment. Went to go meet up with my boy Mike, drop off some pistons, and I guess it's just kind of one of those off day type of videos, but you know, here we are. You guys actually enjoy it though, so that's good, and I appreciate y'all for enjoying the off day video randomness in a video like this. But we're gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoy some of the updates as we go here. If you guys did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for the yanking of my sedan's engine, or the testing we're going to be doing, because I'm going to buy an oil pressure gauge. I'm going to test that out first, and then there's some things I'm going to do with the engine before I pull it out of the car. I want to know down to the core what happened before I yank it out. So if you guys want to stick around and see that, man, be sure to hit the subscribe button, or building the exhaust on my brother's car. If you guys want to see that too, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.